Hafizah, a chemistry teacher from Muar Science School in Malaysia. We are going to discuss about an interesting chemistry topic related to electroplating. But first, let's take a look at these photos. There are different types of houses as shown in the photos. Some are facilitated with gates, while others without gates. Those with gates are houses found in Malaysia, while the one without are in the United Kingdom. Unlike in the UK and America, houses in Malaysia are commonly facilitated with house gates, windows, and door grills to ensure maximum safety of its residents. To exhibit the importance of installing house gates among Malaysians, let us look at this scenario of purchasing a house somewhere in Malaysia.
Hi, I'm Fairuz.
I'm Farid.
Welcome to Dania Development. How may I help you?
I'm looking for a new house.
Okay, then let me show you some new houses for sale then.
Okay, thank you. Well, I like this house. But my main concern is about safety. I don't think this house is suitable because there are no gates and grill installed.
Don't worry, Mr. Farid. Usually, clients prefer to install their own gates and grills according to their own preferences. That's why we didn't install any. We would suggest some design to them and let them choose. Let me show you some designs. See, there are many types of house gates, windows and door grills that you can choose from.
I like a modern and stylish design. Can you suggest some design?
Okay, with pleasure. There are 3 different types of gates with different prices here in this catalogue. We have chrome-plated gate and ordinary iron gate. The most expensive would be chrome-plated gate.
Now students, why do you think Farid decided to get chrome-plated gate? Why are the prices different for each type of gates? What sorts of materials contained in each gate? Discuss the answer with your friends. I see you have done your discussion and found the answer. Good job. So, that is the reason why Mr. Farid chose chrome-plated gate for their house gate. Mr. Farid chose chrome-plated gate for their house gate because it is more resistant to corrosion and gives more attractive appearance. Chrome-plated gate is more expensive because it went through electrolysis process by using iron and chrome as a main substance. That is why chrome-plated gate is more expensive and lasts longer. Tenants can use the chrome-plated gate for many years because of its resistance to corrosion. Materials that contain in the chrome-plated gate are iron and chromium, while ordinary iron gate consists of iron only.
Electrolysis is a process of breaking down a compound into its constituent elements by passing electricity through it.
An electrolytic cell is a set of apparatus needed to carry out electrolysis process. It consists of battery, an electrolyte, and 2 electrodes. Electrode connected to the positive terminal of a battery is called anode, and electrode connected to the negative terminal of a battery is called cathode.
Electrolysis is a process by which electric current is passed through a substance to effect a chemical change. The chemical change is one in which the substance loses or gains an electron. The process is carried out in an electrolytic cell, an apparatus consisting of positive and negative electrodes held apart and dipped into a solution containing positively and negatively charged ions. The substance to be transformed may form the electrode, may constitute the solution, or may be dissolved in the solution. Electric current, that is electrons, enters through the negatively charged electrode, which is cathode. Positively charged component of the solution travel to this electrode, combine with the electrons, and are transformed to neutral elements or molecules. The negatively charged components of the solution travel to the other electrode, which is anode, give up their electrons, and are transformed into neutral elements or molecules. If the substance to be transformed is the electrode, the reaction is generally one in which the electrode dissolves by giving up electrons. Electrolysis is used extensively in metallurgical processes, such as in extraction, which is electrowinning, or purification, which is electro-refining of metals from ores or compounds, and in deposition of metals from solution, which is electroplating.
Electrolysis is commercially highly important as a stage in the separation of elements from naturally occurring sources such as ores using an electrolytic cell. Besides that, electrolysis is also widely used in industry to purify the metal and to electroplate the metals, and one of the end product of the electroplating metal is chrome-plated house gate. Why is the house gate in photo 1 is rusty? Why is the chrome-plated house gate in photo 2 not rusty? How is electroplating done? State the material as an anode. State the material as a cathode. Can you help me to solve this question? The house gate in photo 1 is rusty because iron metal is exposed to oxygen and water.
Figure shows an electrochemical mechanism for corrosion of iron. The surface of the iron and a water droplet constitute a tiny galvanic cell in which different regions of the surface act as anode and cathode, while the water droplet serves as the electrolyte. Iron surface in the center of the water droplet act as the anode, which is negative terminal. Iron surface at the edge of the water droplet serve as the cathode, which is positive terminal. At the anode, iron atoms lose electrons to form iron to ions. Iron to ions dissolve in water. Electrons flow to the edge of the water droplet, which is cathode, and are received by oxygen and water molecules to form hydroxide ions. The ion to ions combine with hydroxide ions to form iron to hydroxide. The ion to hydroxide is then further oxidized by oxygen to form hydrated iron trioxide, which is brown substance known as rust, whereby X varies.
The house gate in photo 2 still looks beautiful and new even after 10 years because it is plated with chromium. Therefore, the metal is not exposed to oxygen and water. As a conclusion, rusting of iron requires oxygen and water. Hence, it must be electroplated with another metal to protect it from rusting. Do you know how the process of plating is done? Let me explain to you.
A simple example of the electroplating process is the electroplating of iron nail, in which the metal to be plated, which is copper, is used as the anode, iron nail is used as the cathode, and the electrolyte solution contains the iron of the metal to be plated, which is copper to ion in this example. Copper goes into solution at the anode as it is plated at the cathode. A constant concentration of copper to ion is maintained in the electrolyte solution surrounding the electrodes. At the anode, copper lost 2 electrons to form copper to ions. At the cathode, copper to ions gain 2 electrons to form copper metal.
Now, let's perform an experiment. You will need these materials, apparatus, and procedures. The materials are iron nail or any small utensil or tool made of iron, copper rod, 2 mol per decimeter cubic copper to sulfate solution. The apparatus are beaker, connecting wires with crocodile clips, ammeter, rheostat, batteries, sandpaper, and switch. The procedures are: first, clean off iron nail with sandpaper. Second, set up the apparatus using the iron nail as the cathode and a copper rod as the anode. Third, turn on the switch and adjust the current to 0.2 ampere using the rheostat. Fourth, turn off the switch after 30 minutes. Fifth, record all the observations. 6. Repeat steps 1 to 5 by interchanging the position of the iron nail and copper rod. Let us discuss the importance of the experiment you just did. When the iron nail is connected to negative terminal, it is known as cathode, and copper metal is connected to positive terminal, it is known as anode. At the anode, copper metal dissolves to form copper to ions. It will be presented in this half equation. Copper lost 2 electrons to form copper to ion. At the cathode, copper to ions are discharged to form copper atoms that are deposited on the surface of the object to be plated, forming a thin layer of shining copper. It will be presented in this half equation. Copper to ion gains 2 electrons to form copper metal. A brown solid is deposited on the iron nail. When the copper metal is turned to cathode and iron nail is turned to anode, at the anode, iron nail dissolves to form iron to ions. It will be presented in this half equation. Iron lost 2 electrons to form iron to ion. The iron nail appears to be thinner due to corrosion activities at anode. Iron to ion will be dissolved with the other ions, which is copper to ion and hydrogen ion in the solution. At the cathode, copper atoms are deposited on the surface of copper metal, forming additional layer of copper. Copper to ions are selected to be discharged compared to hydrogen ion and iron to ion because its position is more lower in the electrochemical series. It will be presented in this half equation. Copper to ion gains 2 electrons to form copper metals. Perform the experiment with the guidance from your teacher and record all the results from your observation. I will get back to you later. Were you surprised that the nail was electroplated with silver and not copper? For 0.001 mole per decimeter cubic silver nitrate solution, in the early state, silver ion will be selected to be discharged because silver ion is lower than hydrogen ion and copper 2 ion in the electrochemical series. Besides that, silver ion is adjacent to the cathode and copper ion still have to travel through the gap. Initially, the silver has to be the one deposited due to the fission rate factor. When the silver ion has been used up, copper ion will take place and will be discharged at the cathode. So two layers has been formed. The first layer is a shiny grey solid metal, which is silver metal on the ionel. Later, it will be covered by shiny brown solid metal, which is copper metal. As a comparison with 2 mole per decimeter cubic silver nitrate solution, only one layer was formed. That is a shiny grey solid metal due to the higher concentration of silver ion in the solution. Sodium chloride, which is salt solution, consists of sodium ion and hydrogen ion. But at the same time, copper metal at the anode will corrode and ionize to copper ion. Ionel will select copper 2 ion because copper 2 ion is easier to receive electron at the cathode. No chemical reaction occurs when sugar solution is used as an electrolyte due to no free moving ion. Sugar solution is a covalent compound, so cannot conduct electricity. The shorter the distance between the ionel and copper metal, the faster the layer formed at the ionel. This is due to the less resistance with the distance. Beside the house gate, there are many other examples of items which use electroplating method. For example, keys, jewelry, coin, silverware, and many more. Now, watch this next video.
First, clean the surface of the copper plate with sandpaper to remove metal oxide. Second, draw a picture according to the student's own design on the copper plate with an oil-based marker. Third, connect the copper plate to the negative pole of 9-volt battery and a graphite rod to the positive pole of the battery. The electrical circuit is set up in the manner as shown in the diagram below. Fourth, pour 200 ml of concentrated nickel chloride solution into the beaker. Fifth, put 2 electrodes in the solution and connect the circuit with a 9-volt battery. 6. Allow the process to run for 30 minutes or more. Disconnect the 9-volt battery, take out the copper plate and rinse it with sufficient amount of water. 7. Use acetone to remove the marking trail to finish the end product.
You have watched the video. Now, try to answer this question. Why are the lines drawn on the copper plate were not plated with nickel? Discuss with your friends in group and I will get back to you afterwards. The metal cannot be plated on the earth surface because oil prevents addition of the coating. Congratulations! Good effort, students! Now you can see that electroplating plays an important role in our life. You can see there are many beautiful and stronger chrome-plated gate and grills in Malaysia. By using electroplating method, the gate and grills are more resistant to corrosion, their lifespan increase, better insulated, and better appearance. Hope you enjoy the lesson. The The objective of this lesson are for students to state the uses of electrolysis in industries, explain the electroplating of metal involving electrolysis in industries, write chemical equation to represent the electrolysis process in the industries, justify uses of electrolysis in industries. The lesson will be conducted in class and students are to work on the question given in the lesson in small groups. The simple experiment will be conducted by the student in the class. Teacher has to guide the students to explore new ideas during their group activities. Students should be encouraged to try out making electroplated nail on their own. Other than iron nail, students could also use iron spoon or any small utensil or tool made of iron. Hopefully, through this learning approach, students will enjoy learning and will be able to construct new knowledge.